back to another clean gaming video. Glad to have you. So what do we have for today? Well, we have solo rating, and I'm going to throw a little tidbit out there. Solo rating, it's not needed. It's very convenient, but if you're trying your hardest to build a team and it's not working, it's failing, once every 10 runs, don't even worry about it. If you have a Bale Jensen team, just keep at that. Okay? Don't worry about it. Don't stress out about it. There's only limited crystals anyway. So with that, solo rating is not necessary, but it is very convenient. You don't have to be by your phone all the time. You can just click auto, walk away, and the team will still be there when you come back. That's kind of the best part. So you can do like Guild War battles or RTA, Arena. Doesn't really matter. It is just convenient. So there are pros and cons to it. It's a little bit slower, but life quality a little bit better. So we'll start with the far left team. It's not a classic Katarina team, but it has Chloe in it. So I guess you could call it. So I have Chloe going first, and she has garbage runes. Some of these runes are endgame. Some of these are just basic. So she has garbage runes, just will. Make sure you have will. Other stuff doesn't matter. So she doesn't get slowed, and the attack order doesn't get messed up. So just make sure she has will, and below 170 some odd speed. Next, I have Frango, and as you see, premium runes. Premium. Just make sure you got will. And low HP. So when the boss attacks first, drops her HP to a point where she has to use her third skill, you just play around with it, test it a couple times. You might fail, but hey, just try it out to make sure her HP is getting to a certain range so she buffs the rest of the team. After she buffs, I have Katarina going third. So at this time, when she uses her third, Bale is already going off. He's using his high damage skill, and she has a slower attack animation. So, hey, it kind of matches it. And so after that, the boss should be at half HP at this point. He jumps up, comes back down, doing a bunch of damage. But if you're lucky enough and Chloe doesn't derp, your team will have invincibility, so it doesn't really matter. So who do I have going next? Elsharion. I don't have will, so sometimes he gets slow and he doesn't go next. But it is what it is. It doesn't matter. So he should go next, so he can possibly apply the defense break, and then Ken goes. Ken is fantastic. He's free to play. I try to keep these teams as free to play as possible, but Ken is amazing. Not even skilled up to the max. He is amazing. And why do I say that? So, one, his third skill, high multiplier, high damage, and leaves a branding. Branding is super important in solo rating. Regular rating, not so much, because two other Bale teams beside yours going to do enough damage. But when you're just throwing your own units at it, it's a little bit more difficult. So branding, whenever you can, helps. So when the boss comes back down, Ken, hopefully, he does derp as well, as all units do. Hopefully, it puts the third skill on with that branding. And let's say defense break goes on before he attacks, like if Elsharion goes, he does a lot of damage. With branding and defense breaks, he does around 90, 95k. So a lot to help kill the boss a little bit faster. And then I have Brandia go afterwards. No artifacts, no skill ups. Still doing around 100k. So she's a really good damage dealer. And you want good enough HP on these monsters so they survive. If Chloe derps, the dragon comes down. If they're not tanky enough, they will die. So even if you're having artifacts that are HP, put them on just so they can survive. That's the most important part. Because as soon as a full team dies, one of the dragon heads goes to another team and starts wrecking havoc on it. So just make sure they survive, play around with the stats, and maybe free removal, test stuff out. And we'll go to the mill team. There's nothing really important about the mill team except Bale. As much attack, crit damage as possible, and that's kind of it. Also, skill ups really do help. I do have a crit rate leader, the Wind Magic Knight. I like her a lot because her third skill does reduce enemy attack bar. So it gives you a chance to have, after Jensen revives, she has a chance of reducing attack bar. Same with Lauren. It really helps. Going on to the far right team now. So this one's not super complicated. You can see this dark chicken over here. You might be like, hey, I don't have one of those. Yeah, I didn't until solo rating came out. And I was like, what? I pulled it. Very lucky. But not lucky in other aspects. Could have been something better. But for solo rating, it's probably the best unit that has ever existed because it's passive, defense breaks, and brands. So the attack order on this team, I have Kali going first. She has pretty good runes to deal damage with her second skill, not skilled up. Still does a lot of damage. Have her on Will as well, so she usually uses her third skill, so it attack buffs all of your units to help deal a little bit more damage. So I usually have her go first, then Jara goes second, and the Sakaru. Preferably, you want these monsters on Will because to keep the attack order the same, very consistent. I don't, because it's consistent in itself, so I'm not too worried about it. And then the Rogue and a Crow. Crow I have on. Ooh, get there, boy. Crow I have on double will. So when the boss goes up, comes back down, does like a fiery breath to put slow, attack break, all that stuff you don't want. Is to turn a will, so it won't affect them. Same thing with Jara. I don't want any of their attack orders getting mixed up, so double will on those two. So we'll go through a run or a couple runs, and out of about 500 to 600 runs that I've done, I've had 2 fails, and that's more of attack order, no will, just derping, and that's gonna happen. And that's the one thing about Bale Jensen, like the BJR5 teams. If your other team members are good and you're good, it's not going to fail. Like, you will not fail. This team sometimes fails. And the Freya that is on this team, I gotta make it bigger for you. The Freya that's on here is supposed to survive the first hit, whether it's a fire breath or like where he comes down with his face and kisses all your front row monsters, to be able to survive that hit. But when it goes up after the half HP comes down, that Freya needs to die. So what Freya will do will cleanse your whole team and fully restore their HP. So that's a good skill right there. So we'll watch this team a little bit. There's no branding. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay. And sometimes Jar misses, and I have like 93 accuracy on it. So it is what it is. But as you see, fully cleanses your team. And you have the Karu in front. Boo. So with that, that's kind of the basic premise of the team. You want a lot of branders. So I have 3. You can have more, you can have less. The homunculuses are really good. If you don't have a Jara, throw in a homunculus. They're I think it's a fire or the wind one. I forget which one, but skill 2 and skill 3 brand. So if you're looking for that, just substitute Jara for that, and it should work just fine. In the middle, classic BJR5 team, doing what it usually does, lots of damage. Okay, and then we'll go over here. Ken will come and do his third. Put that branding on. Boo. Pow. Yeah, Katarina has really slow attack animation. It's kind of painful. It might improve my speeds a little bit if I just, you know, put a transmog on her. But I have 73. I just got the transmogs for the, the druids. I had 200 and some odd, and I got the fire and the wind because I don't have the water, so it's pointless. But they're really cool looking, and now I don't have one for her. It's Katrina or Katarina? I don't know. I think it's Katarina. But whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And come on, put the branding on. See, that's why I want to put. Yeah, I'm gonna put Jara in front of Kali because I want him to brand before Bale goes on that second. So yeah, it's all about speed tuning, testing things out. Also, don't want this video to go on long, super long. You got the gist of it. Keynotes, solo rating, not necessary. It's pretty high rune requirement, but it's very convenient. So if you can, I suggest it. If you can't, don't stress out about it. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just keep on BJR5, upgrade your runes at your own pace, and you'll get there eventually. With that, it might be just me, but I feel like I'm getting better rates off solo rating. It's no evidence whatsoever. It's been getting a little bit better rates. People haven't been sucking the rates out of it. Like, you're with a team and you're like, wow, they keep on getting legend runes. Now it's only me. See, that was 2 in a row. See? Proven. Well, that's the video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Hey, can you improve on this? Can you not have such an annoying voice? Whatever it is, just leave it down there. And I like criticism. I like trying to improve as a content creator. We're almost at 50 subs, which is, hey, I never thought I would hit that much. And people are like, that's not a lot. It's not, but I'll take it. Okay. If I'm able to help out 50 people, I'll take it. So with that, I will see you guys in the next Clean Gaming video. But until then, keep it safe and keep it clean.